What a great game. And congratulations to Texas A&M for them to play the way they did under the circumstances with an interim coach and all the transition. They played a great game. And it was two really good offenses and a lot of skill on the field. And it came down to one play, and we were fortunate to make that play. So it's been a magical week for us. I want to thank Will Webb and the entire Belk Bowl committee. They really put on a first-class week. Our kids just loved the entire week, the activities, the meals. It's really been a special week that our kids will never forget. And no better way to cap it off by finding a way to win the game and becoming Belk Bowl champions.
Not only are you guys Belk Bowl champions, you also hold the record now. It was 51 points coming into today, Mississippi State, and now it's 55 points from you guys. Did you know that this would be the offensive shootout that it was?
I thought it would be. I thought it would be a high-scoring game, and I told our offensive coordinator before the game, I said, go fast. I don't know how much it's going to take. Don't take. I told Ryan Anderson, you're the gas pedal, baby. Keep your foot on the gas. And, this game was going to come down to whoever could outscore somebody. And then the other big thing that happened were turnovers. And unfortunately, I believe we won the turnover battle 3-2. But the turnovers were huge. I mean, it's typical bowl game, just like openers. Some ugly special teams, some good special teams, turnovers. When you don't play for a month, it always is that little bit of a feeling out process until you get into a rhythm. And then we got into a rhythm and scored 31 unanswered, and then they got in a rhythm and scored a bunch of points. And it really, at the end of the game, it became hard to manage the game because we play much better when we go fast, and yet I did not want to give them much time to score. And I just figured I'd take my chance and play fast to make sure we got the points and hope that we could make one play on defense. And we were fortunate we did. I mean, if they hit that one post route, you got a bunch of people wearing red really happy and a bunch of people in gold and black in depression. So it's a play-by-play game, and we were fortunate to make one or two more plays at the end. And we've done that a lot this year. You look at the Appalachian State game and the North Carolina State game, and now this game. It came down to a play or two at the end, and we're fortunate, a little bit lucky, but I also think we're pretty good. If you look at our year, of our 8 wins, we beat 6 bowl teams. And so we did not get to 8 wins by playing an easy schedule. We beat some legitimately good football teams this year, and we're really proud of our guys. And I mean, you guys are all in the media. How many people do you ever interview like John Wolford? We got some really special kids here, and John's one of them, and we got a lot of seniors that are like that. So that's why it's great to coach at Wake Forest. You get to coach kids like that.
For all points that got scored, how big was it for your defense on 3rd and goal from inside the 1 to hold them, keep them to a field goal there?
Yeah, I mean, it became that's the game. If they score a touchdown there, then I'm having to decide at the end whether I go for 1 or 2. So, I mean, our defense got a big stop, and then at the end with the 2-minute drive, I mean, how many people here thought we were going to go 4 and out on that one, or whatever it was, 4 and out, 6 and out. So it was again, just had to make a play, and fortunately we did.
Coach asked you the other day about sending John out with a win, and I mean, can you imagine a better scenario than how this sort of played out?
No, I mean, write the movie script. If you write it, as soon as he walked out the door, there's a girl that falls in love with him, he gets married, and lives happily ever after. I mean, that's storybook. It's storybook ending. You can't make this stuff up. And that kid deserves every single accolade and bit of success that he's experienced, because 2 years ago there weren't a lot of big John Wolford fans, and now for him to go out that way and ignore the critics and to believe in himself is really testament to his character and the type of person he is.
Coach, when you saw that last pass attempt from A&M hit the ground on 4th down, what's going through your head in that moment? What was the emotion like before you right then?
Just thankful. When I saw that post go over our head the play before, you know, it's that sinking feeling in your stomach that, you know, you just need to make a play. Can you make a play? And we did, and, you know, he overthrew the one ball, but, you know, when these games are over, I'm emotionally spent. You know, my wife will tell you that. I'm not a lot of fun after games, win or lose, just because all the emotional energy that goes into it, and just all the anxiety and the highs and lows of the game. And, you know, when it works out your way, you're thankful, and when it doesn't, you're depressed. So that's the life of a coach. You live week to week and game to game.
I know it probably felt like yesterday, but did you have to say anything after you got down 14-0 and they had blocked 2 punts?
Just keep playing, keep playing, keep playing. Last year in the bowl game, one play, we're down 7-0. You know, and that's where we're different now than we've ever been, is we now have an offense that can overcome that. You know, and we got too many playmakers. I mean, at some point we're going to make plays and get on a roll. And for us, it's just making that first down. It almost seems like in a drive. If we can make a first down, we're good. If we don't, obviously it's 3 and out. But if we can make that first down, it gets us rolling and gets us moving. And we finally got on rhythm. And, you know, Scotty Washington made some huge plays. Cam Serenay, you know, is now the ACC's all-time leader in receptions, yards, and touchdowns. What a great career he's had. You know, John made plays with his feet. And Matt Colburn had some big runs, and then he got hurt. And Cade Carney goes in there and scores. And, you know, we've never had depth like this. You know, we don't care where the ball goes. We got 3 tailbacks we feel good about. We have a tight end. We have 4 or 5 receivers. And, you know, we've got big shoes to fill with John graduating, Kim graduating, but we've got 9 of those guys back. And I told the team afterwards that, you know, last year the bar got raised to 7, this year it got raised to 8, and we want to take that next step. And we've got to embrace that challenge, knowing that there's not one easy part of it. It's really, really hard. In our division, in the ACC and the Atlantic, it's hard to get to 6-7 wins. It's hard to get to a bowl. And now to take that next step is a really tough step, because we're going to have to keep winning games against good teams. I think there's a confidence now that we haven't had in the past.
Do the seniors have a good sense of the foundation that they've laid here?
I think they're extremely proud of it. You know, it's I think there's 2 different types of people that go through a program. I think there's the type that is essentially selfish, that when they leave, they kind of hope the team does worse because they're no longer there. And then you have kids that truly buy into the program and take pride in what they built. And again, we're fortunate at Wake Forest that, you know, you can imagine, what do you think John Wolford's like, and what do you think Cam Serenay's like, and what do you think Elite Carey's like, and what do you think Grant Dawson's like? Those guys take an extreme amount of pride that where this program was when they got here and where it is now. And they constantly tell the younger players, it's your job to carry this on and raise the bar again. And, you know, I think it's great in a game like this that we've got former players on the sidelines. You know, that's what good programs do. You know, the players want to come back and they want to re-engage. And the reason they do is because they have great memories of playing here. And this senior class, you know, has had a great experience. And they'll be really involved. And hopefully, if we're fortunate enough to get back to a bowl next year, that these kids will want to come back and be on the sidelines and feel that they're responsible for us being there again. But
I know you guys gave them a lot to cheer about today, but it seemed like the Wake Forest side of the crowd was pretty engaged on that last defensive drive. What did you think of the crowd today?
It's 2 years in a row. So, you know, the goal is well, I can't imagine we didn't win the tailgate today, right? So that's, you know, you got to win the game 1, you want to win the tailgate 2. And I just, you know, there's certain things as a coach in a program and the players that it was last year in the Military Bowl, when we first came out, we saw the whole one thing of black and gold, and then today it was even better. I mean, it was just, you came out in the whole lower section, there's people in the upper section, and it's like, how cool is this? That, you know, not only are we in a bowl game against a team like Texas A&M, look how many Wake Forest fans, and I'm going to say what I said last year, where are all you people at every home game? You know, just don't come to our bowl games. We play Florida State and Louisville. We need, you know, good programs get that type of crowd for every home game. And I always felt that, you know, we should get support when we had a program, when we played at a level that was worth supporting. And we had 3 games this year at home that we sold out. And then, well, probably at least 30,000. Do we have 25, 30,000 Deacon fans there today?
I would say at least 25.
Okay, well, let's round it up and say 30, 35. We'll make it sound good so that you'll want to invite us back again in a couple of years.
We will.
Good.
You'd mentioned Cade Carney, kid who played his high school ball at Davidson Day. For him to score that touchdown, given what he's been through battling injuries all season, how special was it to see him reach the end zone in front of hometown fans?
You know what? I don't get into who does it. I mean, I love Cade, I love Matt Culver, I love Arkeem Byrd. I don't care. Any three of those guys. So I'm happy for Cade. I would have been happy for Matt. I would have been happy for Arkeem. And again, I think that's the culture of our program is the kids play for each other. So, you know, I don't think Cade's thinking, geez, I'm great. It's great I scored. I think he thinks, hey, it's great I helped our team win. And we do. We have a bunch of, unselfish guys that, you know, Cortez Lewis running down on kickoff and Pat Osterhage on punt. You know, those guys never tap out and say, hey, not this rep. Steve, you don't have to cut this off, man. I'll go forever on these presentations.
Keep going.
These are good ones.
Can you talk a little bit? It was a physical game despite the numbers of offense and a lot of injuries, guys coming in and out. You really got to test your depth, especially in the secondary and at receiver throughout the game. It kind of showed the growth of your program in a lot of ways.
Sorry I'm looking down, but I was looking to kind of answer your question that, you know, that was like a game and a half. You know, one team runs 94 plays, the other team runs 97 plays. You better have depth. And I think this is another sign of where we've come because, you know, 2 years ago and 3 years ago, how many times were we in games against good teams and then got maybe blown out in the second half or pulled away because we didn't have the depth. And now we can roll 3 running backs in there and we can roll a bunch of receivers and we can roll, you know, 8 defensive linemen. So that's what good programs have. They have depth. And we're not where we need to be across the board in that area, but we're a lot closer than we've been. And hopefully with the recruiting class coming in, we'll take another step towards that next year.
It reminds me, with about 8 or 9 minutes to go on defense, it seemed like you subbed out your entire defensive line, had all second string out there. Was there a reason for that?
We do that. We've done that all year, Les. Like when within a drive, as soon as one group plays 5 plays, the first dead ball opportunity, it's just we do big, and sometimes you don't notice it because maybe we're in and out of packages, but we feel good playing 8 defensive linemen. And, you know, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, we never would have taken Josh Banks off the field or never would have taken Duke Ejiofor off the field. You know, Boogie Bastion made a huge play on 3rd down to get us off the field. You know, so now Duke graduates, Boogie's got to step up, and now we got to find the next guy that we can sub with. You know, again, that's what Clemson does and Florida State does and NC State and, you know, the good programs in our conference have the ability to do that, and we finally are there. And that takes time. That takes time. You know, you're not going to get there in 1 or 2 recruiting classes.
There are some critics that say maybe there are too many bowl games, but then you look and you see the level of competition today and the emotion over the win. What would you say to those folks?
Yeah, go in that locker room and tell our players there's too many bowl games. And it's all of it. It's like, you know, it's not just the game. It's, you know, it's college football. It's an experience for these kids. So they come down to Charlotte, and they go to Charlotte Motor Speedway, and they go to the NASCAR Hall of Fame, and they get to go shopping at Belk. And it's the only time of the year that the team can really enjoy each other and enjoy those relationships and those bonds if they don't have class. And it's not just about the game. And the game, again, was a great game and went down to the wire. Our players remember the whole experience. And, you know, anybody that says there's too many bowl games, I guarantee it didn't play college football or doesn't coach it. You know, you know, and I'm sure the ratings today were good. That was a great football game. And don't tell me that Texas A&M and Wake Forest didn't really care. That was good football that was played today. That was a high-level game in every way. So it's not the NFL. These guys aren't professionals. Part of it is the student-athlete experience and the bowl experience. And it was an incredible bowl experience. And again, that's a credit to Will and his staff and everybody here that's connected with the Belk Bowl. This bowl was run first class in every way. So our players had a great week that they'll remember the rest of their life, and they're going to get rings. So
what does the 24-hour rule become when you win a bowl game?
I told players they can enjoy it 1 week. So So when they're home, I go, you know, the seniors, they can enjoy it the rest of their life. What they do now is their business. You know, those guys can decide whether they want to work out or get fat or, you know, eat lean or eat fried foods. That's all they're called.
Well, John Wolford just bought a Fitbit, so, I mean, you know.
Somehow I think John will get his steps every day.
That's my thing.
But for the rest of the players, you know, again, you don't raise the bar by standing still. So I told those guys enjoy it for a week, and in a week they better get in the weight room and they better start running, because, you know, the next step isn't just going to happen. And, you know, it's always protect the team. But I'll let them, whatever. I'll give them 7 days on this one. And I'm excited, I really am. I'm excited. You know, we get that group back on the 15th, 16th, and we'll have a team meeting, and we'll start setting the goals for next year. And I'm excited about that meeting. I'm really looking forward, and that's the great thing about college football. You know, guys don't sign 10-year contracts. You don't have a Tom Brady or a Peyton Manning for 15 years. Every year it's new players, a new challenge, new dynamics, and that's what makes it fun. And we're going to enjoy this one, and we look forward to the challenge of getting after 2018.
Do you get a little downtime? I mean, you have the early signing class in, which is the bulk of your class probably, a dead period, and the bowl one?
My family and I will go away for about 2 or 3 days, and you know, when we get away on trips like this, I promise not to look at my cell phone too much. And then after 72 hours, I'll start getting restless and watch 19 recruiting film and watch cut-ups of this year, and you know, it's, again, this is an awesome feeling, and we're going to enjoy this one. But you know, after 3 or 4 days, hey, let's go. Let's get ready for the next year, and that's fun. It's a great challenge, and I'm looking forward to some of the younger guys developing, and let's see what Sage Surratt can do next year, and some other guys that we redshirted. But this is one for the ages. This is one we'll never ever forget. And we're sending that big Waterford trophy back to Ireland and getting it inscripted with Wake Forest University, and that will go in our trophy case, and it'll be right next to the Military Bowl from last year.
Any further questions?